Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Murder. This game is a point-and-click short narrative that is billed as an exploration of the intersection of morality and sentience, set in a cyberpunk world. The game runs on Linux, Mac, and Windows, and is available now for $2.69 US on Steam as of the recording of this video. Big warning before we continue, there are spoilers ahead, so if you want to avoid all the spoilers, I recommend you just skip to the near end of the video to hear about Murder's gameplay, audio, and visual. Okay, so here we go. As a narrative story, Murder lives and dies on its plot, and boy, it's not pretty. Murder throws around a lot of big words like intersection and sentience, but really, it's a very shallow plot. The game clocks in at about 20 minutes and follows our hero's investigation into a serial killer. We soon discover that the killer is a white robot that has been haunting her dreams. Skip forward past some really corny B-movie lines poorly ripped out of every lousy cop film, and our hero has shot the killer robot, who is now making the case that our hero has just killed a living being. The credits roll, and now we're treated to the Matrix-esque type monologue by a distorted figure that questions our hero's existence before running off in a really pointless tangent. The biggest problem with Murder is that it does a poor job at provoking debate. To ask questions and debate, players need to be able to form differing opinions. It's easy enough to declare robots aren't alive because currently real robots aren't. A vast majority of our robots build our cars, make toys, and in rare cases drive our cars. But to be sentient, a being must not only be able to think and do, but feel. Murder does a poor job of creating a convincing argument for sentience. The main argument is made by the white robot declaring that it is afraid to die, and the insistence that our hero has killed the robot. That's it. Nothing for people to empathize with, no convincing argument that it's alive. To find something a little more substantive, the player needs to go through an optional hotspot to meet an abandoned robot who hopes that his owner will come back to collect it and repair it after years of loyal service. Together, it's a bit more convincing than the white robot on its own, but it's really not much. It's hard to talk about the morality aspect of the game when Murder doesn't even make enough of a case to say there is a morality debate in the first place. I'm constantly plagued with the feeling that Murder is trying so hard to be deeper than it really is. The distorted man should have been the big philosophical crescendo that should have knocked me on my butt. Instead, I got a bunch of really vague and condescending statements that adds nothing to the overall discussion. Now, Murder isn't a traditional point-and-click adventure game. It's completely linear and focuses purely on the story. I like the fact that the game highlights the main hotspots in the scene and clearly shows the optional hotspots when it's moused over. I think a lot more adventure games should do this. The audiovisual experience has its highs and its lows. The voice acting has some great and not so great moments. It's quite obvious that the same female voice actor has been used for several roles, as she does have problems creating unique voices for each character. The sound effects are good, but the soundtrack is even better. The composer has created some really enjoyable tracks that fit each scene nicely. The visuals are definitely the star of the show with its beautiful sci-fi pixel art. Murder is all style and no substance. It's more of a really polished tech demo with a story that's trying to feign depth slapped on. I can't recommend the game, so I'm giving it 3.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read our full review, and it is a long one, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off.